All right. Good morning, students and parents, and anyone else who may be watching this video. This is Mr. Martin. This will be my second video in a series of many to come. And I've got the same board behind me. I'm using a little bit different recording approach. I'm using Google Meet, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube as well. So the board behind me is flipped, but that's more for me than for you because I'm going to share my screen so that you can actually see it on the computer to hopefully simplify. So on this screen, it has the date. It is 8/17/20. It is a Monday, and we're going to call this Mr. Martin's Monday Motorvation. Google Classroom. How do I join Google Classroom? So some of the students who were with me last year have used Google Classroom, but they may have forgotten how to do it. If you're a brand new student, you may have never used Google Classroom before. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to do that, step by step, literally from where to start to where you wind up to how the course will flow. And I'm going to use Maintenance and Light Repair A as my example. That is for first year students, but Maintenance and Light Repair C and the Explore course and the AST course, they're all going to be the same. The only difference is each course has a different course code, which I will outline here in just a few minutes. So let me get this set up to share. Okay, we should be sharing the screen now. So I'm going to jump over here to Maintenance and Light Repair A. So this is what it will look like after you log in. And right here is your class code for Maintenance and Light Repair A. So you can see that right here. It is lowercase, and these are case sensitive. So it is GN74JC7. And I'm going to show you how to get to that point. So we'll jump over here to a new tab. So the very first thing that you need to do if you are a student who has not yet joined any courses is you're going to just go to a basic Google page, just a blank page, just like this. And you are going to have these icons in the upper right-hand corner that I'm circling. So mine is highlighted with a C because I'm already logged in. If you are not yet logged in, then it's not going to have anything there. So you are going to use your school email. So it'll be your first name dot your last name at shelby.ky.schools.us. So to get to this point, you are going to click on these little squares. A lot of people call that the waffle because it does look a little bit like a waffle. So you are going to click on this, and it will have several of these icons. So the easiest thing to click on is where it says Drive. Everybody has a Google Drive provided to them by the school district. So when you click on that, it's going to ask you to log in. You're going to log in using the same information that you normally would, your student email address and whatever that password is. If you don't have that information, you're going to need to see whoever is in charge of tech at your particular high school. Okay, now if you are not a Shelby County student, if you are a Spencer County student or an Eminence student, there is another option, and I will get to that here in a few minutes. So for those of you who have those logins, this is how you're going to do it. Go here, it will bring you to this, and then you will have this little icon that says Classroom. So you click on Classroom, and it will bring up every Google Classroom that you are currently a part of. Now, if you have not yet joined any, yours is going to be blank. So these are all the courses that I have or am a part of. If you want to join a Google course, you click this little plus sign right here. It says Create or Join a Class. So you are going to click on that. You're going to click Join Class. And this is where you're going to enter that course code right here. Now, I'm not going to enter it because it would have me logged out. It would likely stop this video. So you would enter whatever your course code is right here. So if you're a maintenance and light repair A student, you're going to use the maintenance and light repair A code. If you are a maintenance and light repair C student, that means you're a second year student, you're going to use that code. If you're a senior, you're going to use the AST code. If you are an Explorer student, you're going to use the Intro or Explorer code. And you are going to, once you put that in, be able to click this little button that says join. Okay, now back to out of district students. If you are not a Shelby County student, then you do not have a Shelby County email address. So the other option is for me to invite you. And for me to do that, I need your email addresses, which I am sure that I will be getting here very soon in Infinite Campus. So if you are not a Shelby County student, if you cannot join this course that way, I will invite you, and that is going to be a smaller portion, maybe 8 or 10 of you. And you will receive an email that will have a little invite icon, and you will just click on that and it will join you to the class. All right, so let's jump back over here. So again, all these courses are pretty much the same. They all have first this stream tab. So this is everything that I put in here day to day, and this goes back from last year and probably even some from the year prior. But the most recent thing that's in this course and every other course is the video that I posted last week, just the introductory video with the information. The video that I'm making right now is going to be posted in there next. If there are assignments that are due, then I will likely put that in there with the due date, but that will also be given out plenty of time before. I will never give you an assignment and expect you to turn it in the same day, because I do realize that you are doing other courses digitally as well. So the stream tab is mainly just to keep you up to date. In order to access the coursework or the classwork, you're going to click on the classwork tab here. If you want to see who all the grade book in this, we will be using Infinite Campus for the grades. So the first thing that you would do after reviewing any new information is click on classwork. And when you go to classwork, we've got all these different units. If we scroll down through here, so this will cover the entire section of this course, everything that we will be doing in this course. Now, this course is approximately 15 weeks long. So these right here, these are just approximations. Sometimes they are shortened, sometimes they're lengthened. It really depends on how long it takes students to get them done. So those are not set in stone. Up here at the top, we have some important documents and info. So very first thing that you should look at is the course syllabi. This has all of the syllabuses for each individual course. This is Maintenance and Light Repair A. So if you click that, it is going to take you here, and it gives you the specific detailed instructions. So if you click on this link, everything for MLR A is highlighted in red. B is highlighted in green. C is highlighted in yellow. D is highlighted in purple, so on and so forth. We have that same link right here to the informational video that I posted last week on the start of school. And then we have here specific information to this class. So I'm going to do a separate video on today's class. This one is just for Google Classroom, but we will be using both. We will be using Google Classroom in conjunction with today's class, which is a learning tool. And it will require a separate login. So I'm going to do a separate video on that one day this week. But here is a link to today's class. So we won't worry about that just yet. That'll be covered in another video. But here are specific instructions on how to use it. And this is why we're going to use it. You'll be directed when to go to today's class from Google Classroom. And the main reason is this right here. We are required to record and submit student activity. So it's very easy for me to do it this way, because anytime that you log in and complete anything on today's class, it is going to give you a timestamp. So if you logged on there right now, it would say such and such student 8/17 at 9:02 a.m. they submitted this assignment, or they read this piece of material, or they followed this link. So it's going to make it very easy for me to see what students are doing what, or if you're not doing anything at all, which will be reported to the school district. Okay, so this is all the introductory stuff. Now, day one, this is for every course. At the very first day of school, the very first thing that I do is I sit down, get all the students in the classroom, and I go over exactly this stuff right here. And I like to give an introduction of myself. And I'm going to post a video for that as well. But I just generally tell the students who I am, what I do, the things that I like, maybe a few little personal details. And I expect the students to do the same thing with me. It helps me learn their names. It helps me kind of put a little bit of background with them so that I can see what their interests are. So again, there will be a video about that on the 26th of August. That will be our first official day of class. And then this is just the flow of the course. And again, every course for the most part is the same. Every course has a safety aspect. And a lot of that information is redundant, meaning first year students are going to see this for the first time, but second year students are going to see it again. Third year students are going to see it again. Safety is something that we go over at the beginning of every new course. And a lot of the safety stuff is the same, but it is still very important. All students are required to pass a safety test with a 100% before they are allowed to go any further in the course. Hydraulic systems, that will be week 2 through 4 approximately. It may go into the 5th week. It may come down to the 3rd week. But each one of these has an outline, so it will give you an overview of the course. Some of these things will say this, skip for NTI. This is something that we would normally do in person. Obviously, we can't do that, so we are not going to be doing that. We're just going to substitute something else here. But all these other things are things that we're going to be doing. And then we've got disc brakes. I'll bring them to you. Drum brakes, power brakes, and then that will pretty much be it. Now, each one of these things does have a hands-on portion. So if you click on some of this stuff and read it, master cylinders info, it does have a lab assignment. And we discussed this in the last video. Students will be required at some point to schedule an appointment to come in and work on this. You cannot just show up at your leisure and expect to come in the building and work. We are still working on that, and I will provide an update for that just as soon as I have rock solid details on it. All right, I'm going to switch courses here. If you are a maintenance and light repair B student, here is your course code. So again, B students, maintenance and light repair B students, this would be a separate course code. And this would be later in the year. Maintenance and light repair C students, this would be your course code. So maintenance and light repair C is for year. So if you are a second year student, this is your course code. And you can look on your Infinite Campus and also find this. So if you are a second year student, if you are enrolled in maintenance and light repair C, this is your course code, YH3 K5. And these are case sensitive. They're all lowercase letters to keep it simple. And this course is the same for the most part. It has a stream section. It has that same intro video. It has a classwork section. It has that same first little tab there with the same information, the same intro videos. But once we get down here, we get into some more in-depth stuff. We have that same safety, but it's a little bit reduced, just as a review. But these are the things that we will be working on in that course. So this is the time slot from around 9:50 to approximately 11 o'clock. And there will be more to come on each course specifically. If you are an AST student, you're a senior. If you are that student, this would be probably your third year here, possibly your second year if you started as a junior, if you're an out-of-district student, but this is your course code. AM3LY. 62 AM3LY. Okay, and we have that same information at the top, and then we get into our more specific industry exam parts as a senior. Most seniors will have the option to go out and get a co-op position if they are career ready. And then lastly, if you are an Explorer student, you are a ninth grader, possibly a 10th grader, but most of them are ninth graders, you're only here for a 9-week rotation, and then you're going to change to a different course. The idea of the Explorer course is to kind of get a feel out and see if you really like this, or maybe you like industrial maintenance better, or welding or machine tool, or whatever it is. You're going to switch around 3 or 4 times throughout this year. But while you're in my class, this will be the code for you. 6NXFLP6. And this is broken down into week segments. So we have basically 9 different activities that we're going to do. Safety, researching vehicle information, basic maintenance, wheel and tire check and change, brake inspection, battery inspection and testing. And again, these things may draw out a little longer than a week. Some of them may be a little shorter than a week, but for the most part, there's going to be 6 to 9 different things that we're going to do in this course on a 7 to 10 day span. Again, if you have any questions about this stuff, please feel free to email me, call me, text me. I'm making myself available to students pretty much any time, but definitely from 8 to 3 o'clock. But if you text me at 3:30, I'm still going to respond to you. But email is probably the best because I have my computer in front of me all the time. So the response of that will be much, much quicker. I hope that this covers anybody's questions about joining a Google class and kind of how the class will flow. If you have any questions additional, for instance, about grade, are all set up pretty much the same. And you can go ahead and access them. If you are a Shelby County student, there is no need to wait till August 26th. If you want to see what all's in there, you can go ahead and join it right now today, and you will see that a lot of this stuff is still evolving. I'm still updating some of these things. For instance, down here where I've got this skip for NTI, there are several of those things throughout here that I'm going to do. But from here to here is September 28th. If we happen to go further into the course through using NTI, then I'll get down into this stuff down here. But I'm hoping that we are back in the building for these things, hopefully. All right, I hope everybody has a good Monday. Hopefully you have some questions for me. If not, I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video, and have a good afternoon.